The face I show to the world, the smile, the confidence, the identity I've built, is that truly who I am? Or is there someone deeper inside? Someone I've never met? Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists who ever lived, spent his entire life searching for the answer to that question. And what he found changed the way we understand the human mind forever. Jung discovered that most of us live disconnected from our true selves. We wear masks, we hide our fears, we run from our pain, but beneath the surface, inside the depths of our unconscious mind, there are truths waiting to be seen. And once we face them, we begin to transform. Today, I want to share with you 3 powerful secrets from Carl Jung that will completely change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Face your shadow voice. Carl Jung believed that every human being has a hidden side, what he called the shadow self. It's the part of you that you don't want to admit exists. Your anger, your jealousy, your insecurities, your guilt. It's everything you've pushed away because you were told those parts are wrong, ugly, or unacceptable. But here's Jung's shocking discovery. The more you deny your shadow, the more power it gains over your life. You see, the shadow doesn't disappear just because you ignore it. It hides in your reactions, your judgments, your fears, your relationships. Every time you overreact, every time you criticize someone for something small, you might actually be projecting your own hidden feelings onto them. That's your shadow, whispering through your actions. Jung once said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. In other words, you don't find peace by pretending to be perfect. You find peace by facing what's imperfect inside you. Pause. Soft piano enters. Voice. Calm. Thoughtful. There was once a man named Daniel, a successful lawyer. Everyone saw him as kind, composed, and confident. But at home, Daniel was easily angered. He'd snap at his wife, shout at his kids, then later feel ashamed of himself. He tried meditation, therapy, journaling, but nothing worked, until one day his therapist asked him, "Daniel, what do you hate most in other people?" He said, "People who are weak." His therapist smiled softly and replied, "Then maybe that's the part of yourself you've never accepted." Daniel realized something powerful. He hated weakness in others because he hated the weakness within himself. The boy who was once bullied, humiliated, and told he'd never be strong enough was still living inside him. He had buried that pain deep into his shadow, and now it ruled him through anger and shame. Voice, warm, reflective. That's the danger of the shadow. If you don't face it, it controls you. But when Daniel began to accept that wounded child within him, to forgive himself for being scared, vulnerable, human, something changed. He stopped trying to prove his strength. He stopped exploding with anger, and for the first time in years, he felt peace. That's the magic of shadow work. When you turn toward your darkness, you begin to heal. Voice, gentle. So how do you face your shadow? Jung gave us a few tools, simple but powerful. 1. Observe your triggers. Whenever something or someone irritates you deeply, ask yourself, what part of me is reacting? 2. Write your judgments. Every strong opinion you have about others often points to something hidden within yourself. 3. Sit with discomfort. Instead of escaping it, breathe, feel it, watch it. Because what you feel, you heal. And remember, your shadow isn't your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Pause. 2. South. Because when you make peace with your darkness, you allow your true light to shine. Carl Jung said, I'd rather be whole than good. Think about that. He didn't want to appear perfect. He wanted to be complete. So the first secret to truly seeing yourself is this. Don't chase perfection. Chase wholeness. When you stop hiding from your shadow, you begin to see who you really are. Voice. Now that you've understood your shadow, you're ready for the second secret. One that takes you even deeper into the mind. It's about the mysterious language of your dreams and how your unconscious mind speaks to you every single night. Every night when the lights go out and the world goes silent, another world wakes up inside you. Pause. 2S. A place where logic disappears, where forgotten memories rise from the deep, where symbols whisper messages that your conscious mind cannot hear. This is the realm of dreams, and to Carl Jung it was the voice of the soul. Voice, steady. Most people treat dreams as random nonsense. But Jung didn't. He believed dreams are living stories, created by your unconscious mind to show you what you're missing in waking life. Pause 2s, he wrote thousands of pages decoding dreams, and discovered that even the strangest images, a falling staircase, a snake, a door that won't open, carry wisdom if we dare to look closely. Music, soft harp plus piano arpeggio, voice. Reflective, Jung said, dreams are the guiding words of the soul. If one does not understand the language of his dreams, one lives a poor life. Pause, he meant that dreams speak a private language, the language of symbols. And learning that language is like learning to speak with your own deeper self. Section 1. Why Dreams Matter. Voice, explanatory tone. Think of your mind as two layers. The conscious, which handles your daily decisions, and the unconscious, an ocean of memories, instincts, and emotions. The unconscious never sleeps. While you're awake, it watches quietly, but when you dream, it speaks. Pause 2s, it shows you the truth through images because words aren't enough. A dream may use symbols, like a movie written by your own soul. Voice, warm. Suppose you keep dreaming that you're trapped in a small room. That's not random. It could mean your life feels confined, perhaps by a job, a relationship, or expectations you've accepted blindly. Your mind is telling you, you've built walls, it's time to open a door. Pause 2s, or maybe you dream you're falling endlessly. That could be your unconscious warning you. You've lost control somewhere. Dreams turn emotions into images, and those images are mirrors of the soul. Section 2. A story of dream healing. Background, soft cello with echo of wind chimes. Voice, storytelling tone. Let me tell you about Maya. Maya was a creative designer, smart, perfectionist, admired by everyone. But for months, she had a recurring dream. In it, she was running through a dark forest, chased by a faceless figure. No matter how fast she ran, the figure came closer. Every time she woke up gasping, pause 2s, she thought it was just stress. But when she studied Jung's ideas, she began to listen. She asked herself, what does this figure represent? And slowly she realized the faceless figure was her own creativity, the side of her that wanted freedom, the part she kept suppressing because she feared judgment. Pause 2s. Once she started painting again, just for herself, the dream changed. The figure stopped chasing her and walked beside her instead. Voice, soft smile tone. That's how dreams work. They reveal what we've abandoned. And when we honor that message, the nightmare turns into guidance. Section 3. Jung's symbols and archetypes. Jung found that many symbols appear across cultures and ages: the hero, the mother, the wise old man, the shadow, the child. He called them archetypes, universal images born from what he named the collective unconscious. Pause, when you dream of water, you're touching the archetype of emotion and birth. When you see a snake, it can mean transformation, old skin shedding, new life beginning. And when you dream of your childhood home, it might not be about a house at all, but about your inner foundation, your sense of belonging. Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." Every dream invites you to look inside, to wake up to what's been hiding in your heart. Dreams are not entertainment. They are letters from your soul, written in the language of symbols. Section 4. How to work with your dreams. Voice, calm instructional. So how can you use this? Secret in your own life? Here are Jung's simple but powerful steps. Step 1. Remember, the moment you wake up, stay still. Let the dream replay before it fades. Write down every image, feeling, and color, even if it makes no sense. Step 2. Reflect. Ask, what was the main emotion? Who or what was I in? The dream? Often, what part of me does that person or place represent? Connect the dream to your waking life. If you felt trapped, where do you feel trapped now? If you were flying, what freedom are you craving? Do something small in real life to honor the dream's message. Write a poem, make a call, start a change. Pause 2s. Dreams lose power when ignored, but they transform you when respected. Modern neuroscience says dreams help organize memories and emotions. But Jung added something deeper. Dreams don't just process the past, they prepare you for the future. Sometimes. Before a big life change, people dream of death, not literal but symbolic. It's the old self dying so a new self can live. So when a dream frightens you, ask yourself, what is trying to end and what is trying to begin? That question can reveal profound truth. Jung saw dreams as bridges between the conscious and the unconscious, between who you think you are and who you are becoming. Each night you cross that bridge. The question is, do you listen? Every person carries a light inside them, a quiet flame that burns with purpose, creativity and truth, but for most of us, that light stays hidden behind masks, fears, and expectations. Carl Jung believed that the greatest task of life is to bring that inner light into the world. He called this journey individuation. Section 1. What individuation really means. To individuate means to become whole, to integrate all the parts of yourself. The shadow, the ego, the persona, the inner child. The wise self. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about becoming yourself completely. You stop asking, who do others want me to be? And start asking, who am I beneath all the roles? The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Those words carry the essence of this final secret. Section 2. The masks we wear since childhood. You've worn many masks. The good student, the loyal friend, the obedient child, the successful adult. Each mask helped you survive, but over time, the mask becomes heavy. You start confusing the mask with your face. This mask is what Jung called the persona, the image we show to the world. It's necessary, but it's not complete. You smile when you want to cry. You agree when your soul says no. You pretend to be fine when you're breaking inside. That's the persona at work. Polite, social, and safe. But not true. The moment you realize that the mask isn't you, you take your first real step toward freedom. Section 3. The call of the soul. But the soul doesn't stay silent forever. It whispers through dissatisfaction, through the feeling that something's missing. Even when your life looks perfect on paper. It speaks through dreams, coincidences, and longing. You start feeling drawn to things that make no logical sense. Art, travel, solitude, silence, nature. That's not confusion. That's your deeper self calling you home. Jung called this the process of becoming conscious. It's when you begin to notice your patterns, your projections, your unhealed wounds, and instead of running from them, you begin to listen. That listening changes everything. You stop living as a reaction to your past and start living as an expression of your soul. Section 4. The journey of transformation. There's a story Jung loved to tell, the story of a man who dreamed he was climbing a mountain. At the top, he found a small temple. Inside, there was a single candle burning. As he looked closer, he saw that the candle was himself. Pause 2s. The man realized he had been climbing his entire life not to find something outside him, but to discover what was already burning within. That's the path of individuation. Not a race upward, but a return inward. Section 5. How to begin becoming your self-voice. Clear, instructive. So how can you begin this journey? Jung offered simple but profound steps. Step 1. Become aware of your roles. Ask yourself, which parts of me are real and which are performances? When you act, speak, or choose, is it from truth or from fear of disapproval? Step 2. Integrate your shadow. Everything you deny, anger, sadness, weakness, is part of you. Don't reject it. Understand it. The energy you repress becomes the strength you can reclaim. Step 3. Follow the symbols. Notice what appears in your dreams, what signs repeat in your life. Life has a mysterious way of reflecting what your soul needs to learn. Step 4. Live authentically. Every time you say no when you mean no and yes when you mean yes, you strengthen your connection to your true self. That's individuation in action. 1,000 small acts of honesty. Section 6. A modern example voice storytelling. Let me tell you about Arjun, a 35-year-old engineer who had everything his parents dreamed of. A good salary, a house, respect. But inside he felt empty. Every night he scrolled through videos of musicians, feeling a strange mix of joy and jealousy. Music had once been his passion, but he gave it up because it wasn't practical. One day, he dreamed of standing on a stage. He wasn't famous, just free. He woke up crying, realizing that part of him was still alive, waiting so he bought a cheap guitar. He played for 10 minutes each night. Slowly, that inner light grew. He didn't quit his job or run away from responsibility, but for the first time, he felt alive. That's what Jung meant by individuation. Not escaping life, but living it from the core of your being. Section 7. The struggle of becoming who you are isn't easy. It demands honesty, courage, and solitude people might not understand. They'll say you've changed, and they'll be right, because you're no longer living to please them. You're living to express what you truly are. Jung said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." That's the truth. But it's also the most liberating. Section 8. The union of opposites voice, inspired tone. When you integrate your shadow, when you honor your dreams, and when you live from your authentic self, you begin to unite the opposites within you, light and dark, logic and emotion, masculine and feminine, strength and softness. You stop being divided. You become whole. That wholeness radiates outward, in your words, your relationships, your work. People feel it even if they can't explain it, because wholeness is magnetic. It's truth made visible. Section 9. Living as the true self. When you start living as your true self, life stops being a series of problems to solve and becomes a mystery to live. You don't need to chase happiness. You feel it naturally because you're aligned with who you are meant to be. Your relationships become deeper. Your creativity flows without fear. Your decisions become clear because they come from within. You begin to experience what Jung called the self, the center of your being that connects you to everything and everyone. Section 10. Closing reflection voice, gentle. Concluding, Carl Jung's 3 secrets are not just theories, they are invitations. Face your shadow so your darkness becomes your strength. Listen to your dreams so your soul can guide your steps. Become who you truly are so you can live whole, not half. Each of us walks this path in our own time. Some start in pain, some in curiosity, but all end in truth, voice, soft smile. So tonight, when you look in the mirror, don't ask if you're good enough. Ask if you're becoming real enough, because that's the journey Jung wanted for you. Not perfection, but authenticity. The light you seek has always been within.